So you probably did that already, right?
Yep.
Okay, good. Yeah.
So where will James be posting this?
So James posts these right in this wiki. So for example, on the 28th of August, we did this, and it's right here.
Oh, great. Thanks.
And on the 30th of August, it's right here. And on the 11th of September, it's going to be right here. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thanks so much.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm up for whatever conversations you guys have. If I seem totally rattled, it's just because I'm totally sleep deprived. I've never been in Cleveland before, but I'm sitting in the cafeteria at a Cleveland clinic. So trying to figure out what to do about an illness that my daughter has. So I'm totally fried, but we'll take all your questions and talk about your thesis. So, and then I'll go off. So we'll just go around the around the room. Catherine has no questions. She asked hers already. But Ken, you're over there on my screen, Ken. So you're first. If that's okay with you. If you have questions or something, I just want to, if you're just listening, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't have any questions. I did end up, when we met, I think it was just James and Lindsay and I switched my topic, make things a little easier on myself. So I went from kind of the crazy art world idea that I had, and I'm going to do something in conjunction with what I've on a daily basis at work. We've got a huge need for online training for Microsoft Office and SharePoint online. So I switched to, I'm going to be doing a full curriculum development and building out a online course to deliver training to New York State employees statewide. We currently deliver a form of the training in person, but we're kind of restricted geographically to the Albany region. We've got kind of like a restriction on travel, and we've had a lot of demand for some online learning out west and also in New York City.
Well, that's fine. That sounds great, logical. I'm so disappointed.
I know.
I loved your other topic.
Yeah, I still want to do that. It's just with all the stuff I got going on at work, and like just get my brain to focus far enough into.
Yeah, no, it sounds like it's a very wise and pragmatic choice. You're going with the thing that's going to get done rather than the thing that you'd really like to work on at some level. Yeah. And pragmatism beats passion, I suppose.
It'll happen eventually, though. I'll delve into it probably after the thesis is done. And
yeah, that's fine. Are you going to use Blackboard as a platform, or what's the fundamental platform?
I think I'm going to be using SharePoint within New York State's Office 365 tenant.
Okay, that sounds perfectly horrible.
What?
That sounds totally dreadful.
I know,
but it's fine. No, it's great. No, it's I mean,
one of the challenges I'm going to address is the availability of it and ease of access.
Yep. Okay, so that sounds like totally doable, very structured, very A, B, C, clear path to completion and success, and that's a wise choice, but but it'll get done. So no, it's like okay, great, and so I think that's a con thesis if that works for you.
And my first reader.
Yeah, and I'd be happy to be your second reader, or anybody, that would be fine.
All right.
I'm more than happy to do it unless you have a real preference for someone else, which I completely understand, but either way works.
All right.
Yeah, definitely reach out to us as soon as you can.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Today, tomorrow, next day.
Yep.
Even if you don't have something written, reach out to him just to get him committed to it.
Yeah. Get him kind of briefed on what I'm planning. And
yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
All right.
Directly below Ken on my screen is Mr. Hamilton. Dan disappeared. It says D. Hamilton. Dan, you're back,
I'm here.
right?
I'm here.
So, yeah, did you have questions or things you wanted to bring up or comments? Yeah, you froze again. Am I back?
You're moving.
I'm moving, but you're
Yeah.
not. Are you hearing me now, or are we back?
I think it's just Dan that froze.
Yep. I think it's
Okay.
Dan.
Oh, hey, it's not me. Well, then we'll go over to Jane.
It's not you.
Jane, are you up?
Yes.
Hello, Jane. You
Hi.
there? Ugh.
There. Better?
There we go. Now I can hear you, Jane.
Okay. Great. So I'm still hoping to do the project on helping students pick a college major.
Yep.
And so I put in a proposal about that.
Okay, I owe you comments on that then. I will get
Yeah,
to that.
no problem. Just
Yep.
hoping the scope isn't too big. Again, I ultimately want to do a side business around coaching kids. So I'm hoping to put the boundaries for this project around establishing in an online environment kind of a continuum for students who are at different phases of figuring out what they want to do. And giving them guidance. I am an instructional designer in my day job, so would like to create some courses that complement the tools that I want to give them, a framework. I haven't found a framework yet that kind of guides students based on where they are in this process. I've met kids who are kind of have no idea, and then I've met kids who have wanted since they were little to be a certain thing and just need to know kind of where to find that at a school.
But you
so
can't
then there's
find the framework, like the guide, like for you.
Yeah, like if you're here,
right.
process, do these things.
Right.
So I think that would be kind of cool to create. I also would like to learn how to do layout or information design for teenagers. That didn't happen to come up yet for me in any of my projects in school. So I think that would be kind of cool to figure out. And I have a whole bunch of journals, so I think I'm good there. I'm actually kind of getting my hands on some books now and some other resources online that are not as scholarly, but are sort of what's out there in the college prep field. So trying to get the lay of the land there.
So I owe you some comments. I'll work on those as soon as I can.
Yeah, no worries.
I'm a little concerned. It seems a little broad.
Okay.
And it seems like you've got 3 projects going at the same time. One to sort of scope out a business. So that suggests a business plan for an information-centered business.
Yeah. So I didn't really want to put the business on the project.
Okay, good.
So when you read it, you'll see I'm kind of making this little web sphere boundary thing around the framework.
Okay. Then that sounds like you've probably got it bounded then. So yeah,
okay.
And I know that you're very good at bounding things. So
no problem.
You're a professional bounder, so good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, then I'll just make sure that I get back to you as soon as I can on those comments. But I'm sure they're.
Yeah.
I'll review that. Yeah, and so.
No problem.
Dan, are you back with us, or are you still off the reservation?
Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. I don't know what happened. My Wi-Fi kicked out. So yeah, the one question I did have. So I understand.
Yeah, you're fading again.
What about now?
Dan, you sound good here.
Everyone can hear me except for Steve.
Yeah. I'll stop.
Yeah, I can hear your voice.
Up a bit.
Yeah, I turned the video off to maybe make it a little easier. I'm not sure what the issue is, but you can all hear me?
Yeah, Dan, you sound good at my end.
Well, Steve just disappeared.
He just kicked.
No, I'm here. I'm listening.
Okay.
He just became a tractor.
I
Okay.
became a tractor.
All right, Tractor Steve. All right, so my question was, the next assignment that's coming up is not the one that's due this Friday, is not the literature review you were talking about. That's after it, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And the literature review, I understand what you're supposed to do for it, but that is essentially the part of, or the beginning of, what will eventually be our final product that we hand in. So the audience that we're writing that for is just like we're writing the rest of the actual thesis, right? It's not like you said, it's not like
Absolutely.
an annotated bibliography where like source 1 says this, and then then source 2. It's all one big essay.
Yes, that's exactly right. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying to understand like how I should write it, but that makes sense. I was like, that's what I was thinking it was. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. And it absolutely flows into the final project. That's the whole point.
Okay. So this is like a kind of like the intro to let people know where you're pulling your information from and what you're going to be trying to do or prove or something like that.
So the literature review enables you to say, my question is this, and this is our current state-of-the-art knowledge about my question.
Okay. Got it.
Yep. And like, even if it's your literature review is often going to be tangential, like the literature that you're going to review and cite may be tangential to your topic, but it's your value added. You're adding to the scholarly literature by saying, see, this stuff over here is relevant, this stuff over here is relevant. So you bring things in that are from a wide sphere and make it all relevant to your topic.
Got it. Okay. That makes sense.
Okay. Yep. Mm-hmm. Good. All right. Yeah. And that's due.
Yeah. So 25th. Or 20th.
Yeah. This week is the topic statement. Yep. So it just repeats. It just goes from your preliminary to your final topic statement. So I will definitely get those comments to you. I'll work on them tomorrow during the day.
I think you already sent me.
I sent yours. Yeah.
You sent me on preliminary. So the topic statement is kind of just like a kind of a rehash or a refining of the preliminary topic statement.
Yeah, it's a little longer. It's got references. It's so you're going to cite 5 to 10 references. So it's like it's the very beginnings of your literature review, and then you identify the readers and fill out that form for when you can do your proposal.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. Yep. Good. Excellent. Yeah. Yeah, the proposal presentation actually comes before the lit review. So the lit review is actually way down, but I just wanted to cover it tonight because you got to start working on it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah. Okay. Good. Thanks. Does that address the questions you had?
Yes, it does. Thank you very much.
Okay. Yep. And Ken and who's that? Joe down there?
Joe Dulce, yes.
Joe Dulce. There's our Joe. Yeah. You just have Dulce in there. I said, God, I think that's Joe, but I'll just go for it.
That's me.
Yeah. So what are you working on? What questions do you have?
I feel a little in the weeds. I put together my topic statement, and I
did I respond to that or not? I can't remember. I think I did, right?
I submitted my preliminary. You got right on that. You got right back to me. I actually submitted the topic statement on Saturday. I sent out emails to and Ryan to say, hey, would you guys mind being my first and second reader? And just now, while we were on this chat, I submitted the official request. I'm just not sure.
Okay,
so
let me take a look at it. My weekend was not what I expected, so I'm just running a little behind. I had to cancel I had to cancel my classes today, but I will get on it tomorrow. Tomorrow's kind of a known day, so it's a lot of sitting around and waiting. So I have plenty of time to work.
I hear you. I lost a weekend myself. The wife and I had a car accident on Friday. We're still
it's just like ugh. So I'll get and if I got back to you, and you probably responded to the comments I had, so
Yeah, no, the comments were very helpful. Like I said, I moved forward a little bit. But basically what I'm looking to do is talk about, well, it's kind of gotten focused in on limitations of human receptiveness to video. You know, lots of discussions on cognitive load and cognitive overload and all that good stuff. And then looking at principles that deal with that, like minimizing split attention, yada, yada, yada. But basically these design principles, talking about how good video would implement them and some other ideas as to what makes effective video. And then ultimately resulting in a toolbox of things for your typical professor to be able to use to make those videos, those effective videos.
And it may be that you don't necessarily need to go to the toolbox realm. You can keep it in the theoretical realm and make it a thesis instead of a project. There's plenty of work to be done there. But if you want to put it in the project mode, it sounds like it would be very helpful, because you could take all this knowledge that you could develop in your sort of thesis. So was yours the one that I said you're basically doing two separate things?
We had some discussion along that lines.
Yeah.
Because it was very much one foot in both the theoretical and the project.
And if you want to write two sort of parallel projects that are roughly half the size of a whole project, that would be fine. You have a theoretical dimension that's essentially a bigger and bolder and more thoughtful literature review than you might have done. So maybe twice the size of the lit review that we asked for. And then this very well informed this project that's very well informed by that lit review that's a little bit smaller than a typical project might be. Sort of like
at some point, once you're back to a regular day, I might like to have an office hour discussion with you about that. But that sounds like that's actually been part of what's been kind of making me nervous, is I wasn't sure that I had enough to be one or the other.
Yeah, and that's exactly. And so this is a solution to that.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'd like to talk some details with you at a later date.
Okay. So let's set up a time. Send me, especially if you've got time during the day, that would be best.
Sure.
And we can do that in the next day, or not Wednesday, but we can, if you've got an hour tomorrow or 45 minutes tomorrow, send me a couple.
Are you okay on Thursday?
I couldn't tell you Thursday.
Sure. I'll tell you what.
But Thursday or Friday, I should be able to. It might be that so that should be. So, but I can't promise until.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send you an email just to remind you of this discussion. And when you know, you can let me know.
Okay. If you don't hear from me, just go back. Yeah. So just send me an email on Wednesday and say, how about Thursday?
Sounds good.
That's much more likely to get me to focus. So, and again, I apologize, but that's just where I'm at. So
I totally understand. There's no reason to apologize.
Yeah. So it's does that give everybody kind of the jump start that they need for the week? Is there anything else I can help you all with?
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good. So thank you all for coming, and we're making some progress here. And James, as soon as you can, you'll post that video for the others, and we're good to go. All right. Take care, y'all.
Thanks, Steve. Good luck.
Okay. Thank you. See you later. Bye.